Congratulations, friend. You've won a well-deserved victory here. The people of Skyrim owe you a great deal, whether they know it or not. Shall we continue the fight?
Why in the world did you ever try putting armor on trolls?
Cozy little place, isn't
Why
this?
would that idea even cross your mind?
Very good. That's one less monster we need to worry about. Though there's plenty more where he came from. Be ever watchful. Good luck.
While I doubt we'll ever be truly rid of vampires in Skyrim, hope you're getting along with Eastron. I can certainly try. Here's everything I have. Sorry there isn't more. All right, then.
Arkay's been watching over me for years now. I knew you had it in you. Arkay wasn't so sure. Between you and me, I think he didn't expect you to make it. But not me. I knew it all along. I once killed 30 vampires with my bare hands, you know. Ask Arkay, he'll tell you. I've been poring over some of the tomes left here in the keep. Interesting stories indeed. Seems the previous incarnation of the Dawn Guard had, at one time, some interesting toys. Arkay and I think it could be a great advantage for us. You should look into retrieving it. A magical shield that, when blocked with, surrounds its wielder with a holy aura that harms the undead. Might come in handy. What's that, Lord? Well, should I tell him? Arkay says you'll be facing warlocks. Nothing you can't handle. Go with the light. Don't you worry about me. I've been through worse. I'll come out of this just fine.
am Yolok. Greetings. I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master: Fus, Faim, and Yol. Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the dove. Everything mortal fades away in time, but the spirit remains. Ponder the meaning of spirit, Unslad Zi. Where mortal flesh may wither and die, the spirit endures. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you, Sum Ark Mora. You will find that your spirit will give you more strength. Lok Thum. Speak. Which calls to you. It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Sum Ark Mora. Which calls to you. In your tongue, the word simply means fire. It is change given form, power at its most primal. That is the true meaning of Yol. Solyek, power. You have it, as do all Dove. But power is inert without action and choice. Think of this as the fire builds in your Sum, in your breath. Sum Ark Mora. What will you burn? What will you spare? Sum. Ark Mora.
I can see it in your eyes. You've seen the land of the gods and returned. Does this mean it is done? Is Alduin truly defeated? At last, it is over. Perhaps it was all worth it in the end. You've shown yourself mighty, both in voice and deed. In order to defeat Alduin, you have gained mastery of dreadful weapons. Now it is up to you to decide what to do with your power and skill. Will you be a hero whose name is remembered in song throughout the ages? Or will your name be a curse to future generations? Or will you merely fade from history, unremembered? Let the way of the voice be your guide, and the path of wisdom will be clear to you. Breath and focus, Dragonborn. Yep, we are all in your debt, Dragonborn. Perhaps, perhaps not. Dragons are not like normal mortal creatures, and Alduin is unique, even among dragonkind. He may be permitted to return at the end of time to fulfill his destiny as the World Eater. But that is for the gods to decide. You have done your part. You have learned so much already, Dragonborn. Growing your gift too quickly would be dangerous. But there are many words of power in Skyrim, carved in the dragon tongue. Even from here we can feel the Thu'um resonate from them. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. Dragons have the inborn ability to learn and project their voice. Dragons also are able to absorb the power of their slain brethren. A few mortals are born with similar abilities. Whether a gift or a curse has been a matter of debate down through the centuries. What you have already learned in a few days took even the most gifted of us years to achieve. Some believe that Dragonborn are sent into the world by the gods at times of great need. We will speak more of that later, when you are ready. Dragons have always been able to shout. Language is intrinsic to their very being. There is no difference in the dragon tongue between debating and fighting. Shouting comes as naturally to a dragon as breathing or speaking. In mythic times, when mortal kind was in great need, the goddess Kinneret granted us the ability to speak as dragons do. For most people, long years of training are required to learn even the simplest shout. But for you, the dragon speech is in your blood, and you learn it almost without effort. We study the way of the voice, according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcaller. Very few are permitted to study with us here at High Hrothgar. But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide you towards mastery of your voice. Their voices are too powerful for anyone not trained in the way to withstand. Even a whisper could kill you. We study the way of the voice, according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcaller. Very few are permitted to study with us here at High Hrothgar. But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide you towards mastery of your voice. Their voices are too powerful. The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons do. Although this gift has often been misused, the only true use of the voice is for the worship and glory of the gods. True mastery of the voice can only be achieved when your inner spirit is in harmony with your outward actions. In the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain, and the practice of the voice, we strive to achieve this balance. The Dragonborn is an exception to all the rules. The dragon blood itself is a gift of the gods. If we accept one gift, how can we deny the other? As Dragonborn, you have received the ability to shout directly from Akatosh. We therefore seek to guide you on the proper use of your gift, which transcends the restrictions which bind other mortals. He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, a master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jürgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born. Breath and focus.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
should have come here. What was that?
Is someone there?
Not the best you can do. closer.
Arkay's been watching over me for years now. He says he's not too sure about you yet, though. Well done. I said you'd return victorious. Arkay wasn't so sure. Wield it bravely. Arkay has some grave news, friend. Your friend, kidnapped. A vicious Night Stalker rules over a group of bandits. Seeks to gain leverage over the righteous. Arkay's never clear on life and death. Is she still alive? There's always hope.
I can't afford to make any assumptions. That's how people wind up dead. Right. Well, you can relax.
Someone there?
Like we got ourselves a hero.
Where are you? Ah!
You came for me. How did you know? I thought I was going to die in here. Thank you. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.